2025. Today we're getting into something really specific but incredibly important in UK health informatics. It's the National Clinical Coding Qualification, or NCCQ. And this is not just some optional certificate. It's the absolute benchmark for clinical coders in the NHS. It's a role it's moved way beyond clerical work. We're talking about specialists who directly drive NHS funding.
Exactly, through payment by results. And what's so interesting is that this 2025 cycle has become, a real watershed period. The syllabus was reviewed back in 2022, and the rigor now is, it's intense.
And it's a marathon, isn't it?
Oh, it is. You've got a 3-hour practical paper and then another 3-hour theory paper twice a year. It's a proper test of precision and, frankly, endurance.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Because the March 2025 exam, that endurance test, it was hit by a pretty major operational anomaly. What on earth happened?
It was a digital mistake, a really bad one. During the final upload, a ghost paragraph from an old exam was somehow left attached to 4 of the 7 new case studies.
A ghost paragraph. What does that even mean in this context?
It means candidates were reading a clinical scenario, but then there was this extra, completely conflicting bit of information tacked on. It caused total cognitive dissonance. They were trying to code 2 different realities at once.
Wow. And I heard the invigilators tried to fix it on the fly.
They did. They tried to send out a pop-up message with a correction. But the problem was many candidates were taking the exam on NHS machines.
Ah, and the firewalls.
The firewalls, exactly. Restrictive NHS network configurations block the pop-ups for a huge number of people. So you immediately had an uneven playing field. Some knew about the error, others didn't.
So the whole thing was compromised. The remediation must have been pretty drastic.
It had to be. To regain any trust, the QA board just awarded full marks for those specific questions to every single candidate.
To everyone?
Everyone. And on top of that, IHRIM, the institute behind the exam, offered a free resit in September to anyone who failed in March. That's a huge financial hit, but it was about restoring confidence.
It really shows the stakes. Let's connect that to the actual technical difficulty here. Why is this exam so tough? Let's talk about the theory paper.
Well, it's all about knowing the precise national standards. Take severe sepsis, for example. If a doctor just writes severe sepsis, which is code A41.9, that's not enough.
Okay.
The coder is required by the standard to also add the code R65.1. That's for systemic inflammatory response syndrome with organ failure. It's about capturing the true patient acuity, which in turn affects the trust's funding.
So the coder is adding clinical detail that isn't explicitly written, but is implied by the standard.
Precisely. And then you have the illegal codes.
What, codes you're just not allowed to use?
Yes. It's a test of expert knowledge. For example, the procedure code for an intravenous induction of labor, X35.1. By national standard, you must never use it. It's obsolete, bundled into another process. Using it would be a major error.
So, bringing this all together, what's the bottom line for a coder's career? This is more than just passing an exam.
It's everything. Passing the NCCQ means a direct, contractually mandated pay rise. You move from a Band 3 trainee to an accredited Band 4 or 5 coder. It's the key to progression.
And what about the bigger picture, for the NHS trust itself?
Well, this is the gateway. To become a national clinical coding trainer or an auditor, you must have the NCCQ. And trusts need those auditors. It's essential for them to meet the highest levels of the data security and protection toolkit requirements. Without them, you can't hit top compliance.
So the key takeaway for anyone listening who's planning to sit this exam is what? Be strategic.
You have to be. You have to scrutinize the paper for things that just don't fit the clinical story, like that ghost paragraph. And you need to have your sequencing rules down cold. Is this a complication of chemo or just the chemo session itself? They're coded totally differently.
So when you boil it all down,
the NCCQ is this intense test of precision. It's medical knowledge, it's legal standards, and it's applying it all under immense pressure.
Right. And as we see the NHS moving towards more integrated digital records, the value of that accredited human coder, certified through this really exacting process, it's only going to increase. Which leaves a final thought for you to consider. In a world of increasingly automated digital documentation, why is that human auditor still so essential?